What's up, fellow Crash Bandicoot fans? It's Austin CB here, and welcome back to another episode of Recent Pickups. And yes, I am back from the grave. I know it's been a long time since my last upload, and I do apologize for the huge gap in my uploads, but I am back and ready to get some more content out for you guys. So starting off here, we're going to go ahead and do another episode of Recent Pickups. This time, I'm going to be splitting this episode up into two parts, just because it has been over a year since my last Recent Pickups episode, and since then I have added a lot to the collection, so I felt rather than just cramming it all into one episode, I'm just going to go ahead and split it up into two parts. So expect to see a part 2 very, very soon. But yeah, I'm very, very excited to be back and to get into some more collection showcases for you guys. I do have ideas for content. It's just a matter of sitting down, getting everything together, and getting that stuff recorded. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at what I've managed to pick up in the last year. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So starting off here, I have a couple of obscure items that I picked up. The first piece I have here is a crash magnet. I have actually never seen one of these before. I saw it go up on eBay one day, and I decided to go ahead and scoop it up, and honestly, it is a really nice magnet, really nice quality on it. It is still sealed, and I plan to keep it that way. If we go ahead and turn it around, you can see copyright Universal Interactive Inc., all rights reserved, 2001 to 2004, so we know the era of when this magnet came out. I honestly don't know who produced it. It kind of looks like the Applause clip magnet that I also own, so maybe it was by Applause, I don't know, but yeah, still pretty cool rare piece. The other thing I picked up was this Crash Bandicoot pencil case. Now, I couldn't tell you a thing about this. I know more of them exist, I have seen another one of these before, but there is no tag on the inside or on the outside that really says when this was released or who made it, so I don't know if it was part of a set or if it was just its own thing, but if I had to take a guess, probably came out around the same time that magnet did. But yeah, a couple pretty unique, obscure pieces. I love picking up obscure pieces like this. The next item that I picked up is the Resource Coco Bandicoot figure, and I did get all the accessories with her as well, so I'll go ahead and showcase them. So I have the penguin here, the lizard, I also have the blue crystal, the Wumpa fruit, as well as her laptop, and she also comes with a crate and a sticker sheet. So yeah, really excited to have this figure in the collection. I'm now extremely close to completing my loose set. I only need just a couple more figures and then I will be done. But yeah, expect a review on this figure at some point. I know I am behind on my Resource reviews. I'm going to go ahead and try to get those done as soon as I can, but yeah, really, really nice to have this figure. I got her for extremely cheap as well, which is nice. Usually Coco is one of the cheaper figures to get. So yeah, there she is. And yeah, expect a review on her at some point in the future. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I love Japanese Crash, and I always try to pick up stuff that I can, but the past year has been a little bit harder to get Japanese stuff, and honestly, I just really haven't seen a lot go up for sale, but I did pick up a handful of smaller things. So starting off here, I have this light-up Tomy Crash keychain, and I do have one of these sealed on the card as well, but I did pick this up for pretty cheap. Unfortunately, it does not work, and I'm honestly not sure if you can change the batteries in these, but still really cool display piece to have. I also picked up this Crash eraser, still sealed and unopened. Pretty neat, obscure little piece. And then I also picked up the Fate Crash pullback toy, sealed on the card, so now I have both of the Amada pullback toys sealed and loose, which is super nice. Yeah, Fate Crash is really hard to get a hold of, so I'm really glad I was able to find this one. And then the last Japanese item I have here, which is probably the thing I'm most excited about the most, is this manual pencil sharpener. Yes, this is a legit pencil sharpener, and there's actually two Crash Team Racing pencil sharpeners. There's the electric one, which I do own, and then there's this one, which is the manual crank pencil sharpener. And this one is the harder version to find. I've actually been looking for this one for quite a few years now, so I'm really happy I was able to pick this up. So yeah, it is used. I mean, it does have some scuffing, some stains and stuff on it, but you know, otherwise it's in really good shape. Like all the stickers and all that, I'm assuming these are stickers. I don't know, these might actually be printed on, but yeah, it is in really good shape, and I am really happy that I was able to find this. And you know what, I have an eraser to go along with it. I do have some Crash Team Racing pencils as well, so yeah, who knows, maybe I can put this thing to use soon. But yeah. So the next piece I have here is something very obscure, definitely something I wasn't expecting to come across. So this is a Crash Mind Over Mutant final press kit, and this isn't like your traditional press kit where they have like a whole advertising campaign, or like they have like some like displayable things in it, or like extra goodies. This is kind of just like given out to retailers to promote the release. And as you can see here, we have the Activision logo on the back. The CD, the actual artwork on the CD is nothing fantastic, it's just a reflective CD, but there is some interesting stuff on the CD itself, like some press stuff. I did do an archive of this CD a while back, and I will link down in the description to my post on Twitter that I made about this, so if you're interested in checking out more from this CD, feel free to check the link down below. But yeah, really cool piece. There really isn't a lot of Mind Over Mutant stuff out there, so to add this to the collection is pretty cool. And yeah, hopefully I can pick up some more Mind Over Mutant pieces in the future. So who likes magazines? I know I do, but let's be honest, I'm really bad at picking up magazines and demos, but I did have some downtime and I did pick up a couple here. So let's go ahead and start with the first one here. So this is the Game Fan issue for Crash Bandicoot, and this was advertising the first game before it came out. I believe this was the June issue, so Volume 4, Issue 6, and apologies if I do get some of the releases wrong. Like I said, I am not super familiar with the magazine releases, but I am trying to kind of get into picking these up. I tend to prioritize merchandise and promo items over magazines, but you know what? The magazines are cool too. So this is the Game Fan issue. Got that awesome Crash 1 promo art there. Love that render. On the back here, you got some more advertisements. And yeah, these magazines honestly are kind of underrated because they do contain a lot of like promotional stuff, a lot of unique stuff you wouldn't really see elsewhere. But yeah, this was one of the first magazines at the time, I believe. But yeah, really cool release. The other one that I picked up is this Crash 3 one by PlayStation Magazine, and I love this cover. Amazing cover. You got Crash, Baby T, and then Coco and Pira. Very awesome. And you got a little advertisement for Spyro up in the corner. So yeah, very awesome magazine. There's a look at the back side. I actually forgot what page the Crash page was on in here. Oh, here we go. So yeah, it just kind of gives you an overview of the game, you know, some screenshots and all that, kind of get you pumped up for the release. And yeah, so those were the couple magazines I picked up. I do have a couple more that I'll be showcasing in part 2, but I am trying to get better at picking up magazines, so hopefully I can snag up some more in the near future. So not only do I like to collect Crash merchandise, I also like to collect the game variants as well. One of my big projects has been collecting the NTSC, PAL, and Japanese variants of the games. And recently I was able to get a hold of the PAL releases for the Crash and Spyro Game Boy Advance Super Packs. So Europe saw 3 releases of these. The first one here, we have Crash 2 Entranced and Spyro Season of Ice. This is the 2-in-1 combo pack. And honestly, these are pretty hard to get outside of Europe, mainly because of shipping. Like, shipping is 9 times out of 10 really expensive for these, and it's hard to find them in really good condition. Like this one here, the box has a lot of like denting, but I'm honestly fine with it. Just having it at all is honestly great to me. They are complete, I can go ahead and open these up. At least I think they are complete. It's been a little bit since I got into these, so we'll go ahead and take my word for a grain of salt there. But yeah, here is what the cartridge looks like. We also have the manual, and some of them did come with posters too. So like, yeah, here we go. We have the manuals here. Nothing too crazy, just an overview of the game, really. We all kind of know how the manuals work. It doesn't look like this one came with any posters. The next one is the second release. This one here comes with Crash Nitro Kart and Spyro 2 Season of Flame. And again, not a super mint box. I mean, it's better than the first box, but yeah, it's hard to find them in good condition. Here is a look at the cartridge. We're sporting a red theme this time around, which is kind of cool. The manual, I do really like the design on the manual here. The bright orange is really cool. Pretty much the same thing as the first manual, just kind of gives you an overview. And then the last one here is the third release, and this one contains Crash Fusion and Spyro Fusion, or Crash Purple and Spyro Orange in the US. And I actually have this one in a protective case because, yeah, this box isn't in very good shape. I can't actually, like, display it without this case. So I will go ahead and try to take this out of the packaging without damaging anything. So shouldn't be too bad. So here is what the cartridge looks like. We have a green theme this time. And then the manual, basically the same as the other ones, just a different color. And yeah, so yeah, really happy to finally complete that set. I am still looking for the North American releases. I do have the Crash Super Pack from North America. I am still needing both of the Crash and Spyro Super Packs, so I am keeping an eye out for those. But yeah, it seems like those are harder to find loose. Yeah, super excited to have these in the collection. So over the past couple years, Crash has seen a couple waves of new plushes, you know. Some of them hit or miss, some of them just not the best. However, I did pick up these two plushes. These are the new play-by-play plushes, and these were released to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Crash series. So they are tagged, super nice. These actually weren't released in the US, at least to my knowledge. I haven't seen any come up for sale in the US, so these are European exclusive. But this is part of a set. This is the peace sign Crash, and there's a few other plushes in the set. There's Dingodile, which I own, there's Cortex, which I own, there's peace sign Crash, and then there is a Crash with a mask variant. I think there might be a regular Crash. I might be wrong about that, though. It's been a little bit since I looked at the set. But yes, here is Crash. And I know a lot of people dislike these modern plushes just because, well, they do kind of look samey. The quality on them is maybe not as great as what we've seen in the past. But I honestly don't mind this set. I think this set looks fine. We have a little bit of embroidery, you know, some detailing. The mohawk is more of like a fuzz rather than just a mohawk. I wish they would go back to just doing like a styled mohawk like they used to do, instead of doing this like felt fur. We have his teeth. Obviously this is based off the Insane Trilogy design. The shorts, really nice. They have like this silky feel to them. The shoes, they're very soft. No stitching or anything like that for the laces. It's all in one. Very nice. We got a tush tag here as well, and yeah. Cortex, on the other hand, I do really like the Cortex plush. His face is a little stretched, but I think it's fine. You know, obviously if you look at him from the back, he looks a little weird, but from the front, he looks okay. Interesting thing about these plushes, I did not expect this when I first got a hold of them. They're actually bean-filled, which is interesting. Some parts of the plush are just stuffing, but like the center of the plush is like bean-filled, which is kind of interesting. Again, here is the tag for those of you who want to take a look at that. Yeah, but yeah, he's also got his tush tag as well. The lap coat's nice. This part here is kind of thin around his collar, again based off the Insane Trilogy design, but otherwise I don't hate these plushes. I know some people don't like the newer modern plushes, but I think these are okay for what they are. And I do hope we get more plushes in the future, and hopefully some decent quality ones as well, but yeah. So the final item I have to showcase today is something that I am very, very, very excited to own, and if you are a Crash on the Run fan, you may appreciate this item. So what I have here is a unreleased vinyl of the soundtrack. So this is a super, super cool piece to have. This is actually the only Crash on the Run piece that I have. I have been looking for the Blue Hyena Crash statue that was given out as a promo, but honestly, this is much more exciting to me. This was something that was only given to the dev team, and this one actually is unopened, so I can't show you the artwork that's on the vinyl, and I plan on keeping this sealed, but here is a track set, or a list of the tracks that are featured on the vinyls. So I'll go ahead and give a quick run through these. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed the soundtrack of Crash on the Run. That was one of my favorite things about the game. So it's really, really nice to be able to have a physical version of it. I really wish there was a CD version made, because I would honestly be all over that. Yeah, honestly, such a bop, this soundtrack. Really is a shame that the game ended the way it did, but I am glad I got to try it out when it was around. And yeah, I love the artwork on the front here. Very, very fun. And yeah, so that is the Crash on the Run vinyl. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I could pick up some more on the run stuff in the future, but for now, this is such an amazing piece to own, and probably one of my top pickups of 2024, easily. And so that is going to wrap up part 1 of this episode of recent pickups. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, feel free to drop a like, comment down below what your favorite item was from the video, and feel free to subscribe for more future content. I've been It's Awesome CB, and thank you so much for watching.